How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. We're on YouTube and Twitter tonight. We're with Connor and we're with Liam. So, a lot to talk about in the next hour. We're going to obviously break it down on different talking points, obviously, about the transfer window, the so called transfer window, about the result of the weekend, about the game tomorrow, about Neil Lennon, about the so called rebuilding structure. Much to talk about. So, if you want to comment below and fill the comments in, the two lads will also answer the questions as well. So start off with Liam. Back to Monday, 2 days ago, we got beaten by St. Mirren at home, first defeat to them in 31 years. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of fans thinking about the game and saying that I wouldn't be surprised if we drop points again. That's kind of where our mindset's at the minute, and I'm not surprised just because half the players aren't even wanting to play for the man. They just don't seem bothered.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, it's just a lack of ambition in it from the squad.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's something going on behind the scenes that the fans don't know about, but they deserve to know about, because obviously there was somebody in Clyde SSB that was really emotional, so to speak, because he spends money. He spends 1,800 on free season tickets, two for his Waynes and one for himself. And that's like it's like £600 a season ticket each for a decent seat, and like, I can't blame the guy. I mean, there was a lot of Rangers fans taking the mickey at him because he was crying live in there. But I mean, if you're spending that much of your hard-earned money on season ticket money, then I'd be greeting at the same time as well. I'm not sure if I'd phone up Clyde SSB, to be honest about it, but like, I feel the guy's pain, definitely, especially if the players aren't playing for the jersey.
100%. Connor, we were on Friday night talking about the game, and you were saying 3-1, and I said 3-0. Jesus, we were wrong anyway.
I did say they were going to get a goal. I called that. Did I see them winning? No. But it's like the team aren't fighting for the fans anymore. They're not fighting. They're like, it's like they're losing to get Lennon out. That's how I feel. And it's a bit of a joke because it's the fans that are paying for it. We can change manager year in, year out, but we are the ones that are paying the wages. We're paying the season tickets, and it's heartbreaking to see, mate. 2-1 against a St Mirren team who, yes, right enough, they won 5-1 against Dundee United, but we're a team that's went from being an invincible treble winning team. Not much changes have been done to now mediocre at best, and it's hard to watch, mate.
I agree with you. Like, literally, it was like we were going out expecting to win comfortably, and the two goals we gave away as well. Like, they done a lot of pressing on us. Even that, like, what was it? You could say the pass that they got on to the bit of play they got on to get that first goal. Like, it was a nice volley in, but at the same time, the defensive errors. It's replica stuff every single game.
Yeah. And the thing is, the two goals were caused by Duffy, who ended up being our best player on the pitch when you look at the match ratings, which I found really mad. But fair play to St Mirren, they're on a good run. I wish them all the best in the season, but change is needed, and it's needed in the next 4 hours, less than 4 hours, 3 hours. We need change. We need players brought in, and it's like we've only made 1 or 2 deals in this full January. I remember bringing in 5 and 6 players in January alone, and now it's
in
like
one day.
Exactly. I remember bringing in Mackay, Stevens, Armstrong, and Griffiths all in the January transfer window, and it's like we went for having that quality of player to bringing in nobody, and it's the same recruitment team. It's the same everything. What went wrong?
Like, did you even look at them two lads from Motherwell, Gallagher or O'Donnell? They just didn't bother. Like, you know,
there was rumour Gallagher wants to come. He said it himself. He'd love to join Celtic, and we've just kind of went, nah, we've got Duffy. We're good. And it's like, I'd love to be a fly in the wall tomorrow morning in the Celtic boardroom.
It's a bit of a shambles, isn't it, Liam, about what happened with Davis. Like, obviously, Davis has gone to a better club. realistically, they could offer him 3 times the wages. He's a chance playing for his country, and he's playing for the Premier League champions. What had we on the plate last week
But
to sell to him?
yeah, I mean, obviously Liverpool's one of the best clubs in the world. So if somebody offers you Liverpool, or we are mediocre at best just now, he's definitely going to go to Liverpool because he's going to get noticed in the world stage. We're out of Europe, and we're not in Europe till hopefully next season, and we'll hopefully have a good European run. But to have that, we need good players in, and it's best you start off in January by getting players, because at least you've got 6 months to evaluate them. In the summer, if they start off with a couple of friendlies, a couple of bench games, I mean, that's not enough to evaluate them, because it's competitive football they're going into with the 6 months if you sign in January. I mean, when you were going on about Gallagher and O'Donnell, Celtic have got a history of not signing players like that. I mean, for example, do you remember Johnny Russell? He's actually said this in Open Goal that he didn't want to go to Derby. He wanted Celtic to match Derby's offer, so it was 550k, I think. And Celtic offered 500k, and they just said, "No, we're not matching that." But I mean, for Johnny Russell, you could have got a good couple of years out of him.
Good Coat Bridge man, right there.
Do you agree? Do you agree with him with the Johnny Russell thing? I know Johnny Russell was actually pretty decent at Dundee United.
Listen, Johnny was a great player at Dundee United. I mind watching him. Same, look what we done with his 2 teammates. With 2 out of 3, I say wasn't bad. We had 2 players that came from Dundee United, Mackay Stephen and Armstrong. Done amazing. We couldn't have better. But we also brought in Chief for some fucked up reason. And I've always questioned why didn't we go for Johnny Russell instead of Chief? We didn't need a striker at that point.
Great.
We didn't need.
I think so. Chief to Celtic when he scored against the Huns in the Scottish Cup and Ibrox.
Yeah, it goes back to all this shit. But at the end of the day, he didn't do the job at Celtic. We didn't need him. Dundee United needed him, and we fucked Dundee United over that season. And it's now at the point where it's like, why didn't we go for your guys like Johnny Russell, who we needed to fill that position at that point in time? Like now, we need a centre back. Gallagher could fill that centre back, and it's just like we're getting fucked over too many times.
We're going to talk about the new sign anyway. Obviously, fucking Jonjoe. I was going to forget for a second. Jonjoe Kenny. So this is a lad that obviously came through the youth academy of Everton. He went on loan to Schalke last season. He played 24 games for Schalke. Now, Bundesliga is a tough league, very competitive league. We only spoke about the Bundesliga the other night. Connor, you were talking about Borussia Mönchengladbach and where would Oyer go if he was going to leave. But I'm pretty happy with this sign. I know it's only a loan signing, but Celtic fans are agitated because we should have made a demand and start rebuilding for next season. And it should have started in this month. We should have got domestic players in, put them pen to paper, find out who's definitely going. And Neil Lennon came out today in his press conference and said he's had long discussions with Olivier Nicham. He hasn't been happy at the club a long time. I mean, you've seen with his performances. He should have been shifted off in the last summer.
The thing with Nicham, since Lennon's came, I felt like he's not been happy. Since Lennon's came, he's not been happy. And I don't know if it's because of the way football Lennon plays or what it is, but since Lennon's came and Cham doesn't look, same with Edward, but Edward doesn't look like the same player he was under Rodgers. And I don't know if obviously it's just my point of view, but it's the way I feel.
But what about, last season Edward was on fire under Lennon though.
It wasn't at Rodgers' quality, but the stuff he done under Rodgers was different to what he was doing under Lennon. He was scoring goals for fun with Rodgers.
What do you think, Liam?
I would say so, because Rodgers, you could tell he was more tactically minded as a manager. Lennon's not. He's even admitted to sell today in the press conference. no, there wasn't really much of a ruckus in the changing room at half time because I'm not like that anymore. But there was words said. But you heard obviously in Cham, he was more suited to Rodgers' style. So to be honest, I would say that he was playing good under Lennon last season, but I think he was just taking the momentum from the way Rodgers was getting him playing. So I would say that he just kind of lost interest because he's wanting to keep that momentum going to another club. So that's why he's wanting to move into a club such as Marseille because he thinks they're a more well-established, tactically minded team.
Mm-hmm. I think he should have been gone, to be honest with you. Like, Necham should have been gone last summer. Even the season before, I know he played a couple of games last season, good games, but obviously that goal in Lazio, he hasn't been up to the level since. I think he hasn't been. The best game he's had for Celtic was Scottish Cup final, Motherwell, double treble.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
you can't say his best game was against Lazio because he came on as a sub, but sub to score that goal.
Yeah, that was more a counter-attack and anything else. Basically, Lazio was throwing everybody up front, and we just got a lucky counter, and they still did well to keep composed and score the goal, but that was really all it was. Just kept composed, but you couldn't see he was. You're right in saying you couldn't see he was a player of the match because everybody put in an effort that day.
Connor, what do you think of no speculation about Edouard in this window? Is that the proof of how bad Celtic have got this season?
It's not. We've had no speculation. There's always been the chat where him going to Leicester and him going to Villa was the other one, but it's not been like the bids that we had this time last year. You had teams full on fighting bids for Edouard, and then this season it's been like he's playing to Marvin Comfort's level. That's what it feels. That's how the drop at it feels like all this hype and then just dropped in one season. And I don't know. It's just Edouard feels like it should have been gone last year. Wish I took the money when we had the chance, and I don't feel like we're going to get what we got offered last year.
We're not even going to get half it. We'd be lucky to get a third of the value, and plus PSG get a good sell-on clause. I think it's like 40% sell-on clause. You could correct me if I'm wrong there. So Hasboy says, I think Lenny will still be here. What will happen next? We'll have to have the new CEO coming in, and I believe we can get a director of football. I said that as well. I think we do need a director of football to come in as well. But the likes of this, like McCoy should have been saying to Lawwell after Saturday, saying, look, I could see it already in social media. I could see it in podcasts that the fans are not happy. How are we going to sell this? How are we going to sell our plans to the fans if we're going to keep Lennon in charge next season? I don't think any Celtic fan wants Neil Lennon in charge next season. You'd be mad to.
Yeah, I know that we all, as Celtic fans, respect what Neil Lennon's done in the past. We all still love him, but at the same time, he should just really have some dignity, just walk away from the role because he's not getting the players playing for him. So any self-righteous manager would say, like, I've got to leave. He actually said, if it doesn't work out, I'll hold my hands up and leave. But
was that in September
and he hasn't
as well?
done that. Yeah, he hasn't done that. So I'm just confused by the whole thing. I just think we're the circus of Scottish football at the minute.
I agree. I completely agree. It's being stubborn. Like I don't know what he thinks he's going to achieve. The title is gone. It's well gone. The players are not. Majority of the players are not ambitious to play for him. You know, he doesn't have as I said the other night to Connor, I said he doesn't have that farewell in the stadium because there's going to be no fans in the stadium. So what's his deal like? Well, it's hard to answer.
Yeah, well, I just think that because there's no fans in the stadium, that's to Lennon in Lowell's advantage because we're not going to get on at them from the get-go. I mean, like, I remember when we got knocked out of the League Cup, all the fans were like throwing shit and speaking their frustration, but all they done was put barriers up, and that's all they're going to do next time if that happens. So, and a lot of the people in the club are going to be like, right, we're not balling with social media, but they will bother what is said in social media. There'll be a PR person at the club looking on Twitter, seeing what's
shocking PR person that we have, because I don't know what's going on. As Gaz said to me before I came on, he was saying that Neil Lennon shouldn't be doing these press conferences to the rest of the season because he's going to go out there and you might lose the head. And it's more of a laughing stock. Yeah,
I think he will as well. And if he loses the head, that'll just be to other people's advantage. He'll turn into a TikTok video or something where people be remixing things and it'll be a laughing stock. So, I mean...
just the main part about that there, look at I put up a TikTok video if you haven't seen it, folks. Basically, because on TikTok you go through and obviously brings up your Celtic stuff, and then it comes up for some reason, comes up Rangers stuff. So okay, bit of banter. It took them 9 years to come out of cave. It took them 9 years to buy their first smartphone, and they keep tapping number 5. That's all they keep tapping. They're not used to technology, but it's 9 years of dealing. And plus, I did mention that Ibrox is a kip and the place is falling down, which it really is. And I did mention that they never won a European Cup, an actual European Cup. They want to consider the Cup Winners' Cup. The club's dead since 2012, so they didn't win any European Cups. I got awful abuse, some absolute bitter abuse, but you know what? That's the banter of TikTok. I'm not going to let anyone from over in Glasgow or over anywhere in the world that has a Rangers crest that's going to give me fucking sectarian abuse get to me personally, because at the end of the day, they're just a fanny. They're just a fanny, you know. It's just a troll. You know, I there's people that follow me on this that are Rangers fans that watch the podcast, and they're actually all right with me. There's no disrespect there. As I said Saturday night, if someone's gonna come on to my YouTube and talk to me like a piece of shit, I'm just gonna block them. You know.
Yeah.
You can sit there and rip the piss and all. There's no problem. I've no problem with that. But when you start mentioning some horrible stuff like that's like uneducated, that's
some people could take it too far.
I know, and some Celtic fans are as bad that do the same thing as well on their side. You know, you just need that. You need that. Have a think before you say. You know, have a think before you type. You know, definitely. Right. So, Kilmarnock tomorrow. Kilmarnock have no manager. So Kilmarnock have only won one game in 5. They have a draw in there as well. Last time we went to Kilmarnock, Connor wore that jersey. The Rugby Park jersey. Ryan Christie scored a nice beaut, but we gave away a penalty. Barcast debut.
You want to laugh. The last time we played Killie was my birthday. It was the day, my birthday, the 9th of August. I remember it well. And holy fuck, I wish I could forget my birthday. Like, how you... that was the downfall starting. And I was like, it can't get any worse. And then it was all the stuff. Yes, here we go. And then it just kind of got worse and worse. And I'm thinking to myself, looking back on my birthday, watching the game at Killie, I'm thinking to myself, that's when the problem started. And I think...
No, do you know what I think to myself? Oh, you're gonna laugh at me when I seen that result. I goes, hopefully that's the last kind of shambles we can do this season. And then look what it's gone since.
Well, I mean,
fucking Ross County in the league.
God, it shouldn't have ruined your birthday. You should have just drank me, mate. Because I mean, my birthday was the 6th of December.
Yeah, I was in Newcastle. I was down at my father's, so we drove back to my dad's after it. We couldn't stay. We were that depressed.
I would have just drank me and just got me a paralytic and just be like, well, fuck it. But
what I'm worried about is with them not having a manager, they'll have a point to prove, and plus it's Celtic, so they're thinking, right, look, Celtic are like a mid-table team now because they have no out and out players to actually give them put on a performance in that short at the moment. It's terrible to say that, but it's the truth. So I think they'll be organised in Rugby Park. I won't be surprised they beat us tomorrow. Really will not be surprised. Now it reminds me of, Because think about the last time we played Killie after a transfer day. Remember Robbie Keane's debut?
Yeah, I remember that.
And we got beaten.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be written in the script.
Yeah, I remember that time. Basically, the league was kind of gone then, but Robbie Keane came out with something stupid like, "I really want to win a Scottish Cup." I'm like, oh my god, mate.
That's Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane has a dream who to play for every club.
Oh man, I was actually reading the Daily Record at the time. I don't read papers anymore because I'm a bunch of cunts. But anyway, I was reading it and I just was like, I couldn't believe I was fucking reading. I'm like, where's the fucking heart? You know? And like, there's no heart in that team just now. So, but I think it's going to only get better, as the song says.
I don't know about that. I really don't. So look at and it's like, as I said, I came on Saturday night and I had a chat about it. I had to get it off my chest. Like, Saturday was just embarrassing. As you said, Connor, to me on Friday night, Duffy can't play, and you're right. You're right. It was an absolute disaster.
I fucking tell you, Duffy should never have been started. I tell you, Welsh, from Friday night, I said, Welsh, Duffy will fuck up. And what happened to 2 goals, Keith? Duffy caused them. And believe it or not, we have been talking about, I've actually wrote out my team, my squad prediction for tomorrow.
Good stuff. Well, talk about Welch. Welch actually came on at half time and done quite well. He actually showed a bit of passion.
Yeah, the thing was, see with Welsh, Beaton, he had an injury just before the first half ended. So I think that if he didn't have that injury, they probably would have took Duffy off.
Do you know what I was like when I see when Beaton came off, and I was like, holy jeez, you let the man go on injured or something. Take Duffy off. Can't keep him on the pitch. Like it was like literally. It was like the innocent man going to prison. That's what I was like.
I see the thing with Griff being sent off at half time. I'm not sure if it's speculation or not, but apparently him and Lennon got in an argument over. I seen it over Twitter. It's a weird thing to take somebody off.
Did you hear about Ryan Christie?
I think it's all fake news. Fake news.
Ryan Christie took out a bottle at Lennon and Duke Street.
I don't believe it. I really don't believe it. I think it's a lot of hun fuel.
No, I mean, I think that I'm not sure if something happened because it's a weird thing to take a forward off at half time in the Scottish game. The thing I don't like about Lennon is he brings subs on too late. Like, I've always said that, he brings subs on too late, man, and like he does the game a chance to get in the game, and then he complains.
Well, that's people are wanting Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez was notorious that at Liverpool. Hated changing the team. You'd be about the 87th minute and you do it.
I want the name. I want Rafa.
Rafa's not gonna come to Celtic. There's no chance.
He's not coming now.
Rafa's
Jack Ross.
It is. If you're looking at what's his name? What's his name? Collins.
John Collins,
the assistant manager. John Collins.
His time with Ronnie Dyler was a disaster. His time coaching Hibs was a disaster. I liked him as a player, brilliant player, but as coaching, man, just Johnny, no.
Definitely. Right, so starting lineup for tomorrow. We'll go with Connor on this.
So I've just checked my bet. I'm literally nearly winning up quid. Right, so in goals I've got Bain. Back four, Ayer, Beaton, Welsh, Taylor, Sorrell, CDM, El Younisi on the left, McGregor in the middle. I'd fucking start Karamoko tomorrow. What have we got to lose now? And then up front, Griff and Polish Paddy. Because Edwards just not doing the job anymore. I'd start Polish Paddy.
He scored the last 2 games.
2 that have been set up by Griff. He's not doing the work. He's getting the work done for him, and he's just scoring it. I wouldn't start Edward. I'd start Polish Paddy tomorrow. Again, what can we do wrong? There's nothing we can do wrong. We've
True.
gone.
True.
We will
That's it. You might as well just. We need someone that you need to stop playing the regulars that are not putting the ambition into it. It's a fucking dead end game at this rate. Liam, who would you go with?
Right. So what I'd go with was Bain, Azure, Beaton. I'd have to go with Duffy because they won't play Welsh. So they might want to say to Duffy, redeem yourself after the shite performance at the weekend, and they might do that because he was playing all right in the second half.
Well, how many times has Neil Lennon probably said that to whatever this trade?
Anyway, I'd go with Laxalt as left back. I'd go with Laxalt as left back, obviously, because Taylor was all right, but I mean, I do prefer Laxalt. Sorrell, Turnbull, Moore, Elanusi, McGregor, and then I'd go with Ajeti and Eddie.
Right. You know what? It's a good team. I'm going to go for mine. Bain in goal. Beaton. Welch. Oyer. Taylor. No Duffy. Duffy's going to be on the bench. Duffy's on the bench.
I've changed Keith's mind.
I think it's because looking what he was, he's had with the weekend. I just think if you bring him on as a sub, might make a super sub. Might even play him up front to be more productive, instead of playing back at the back. He scored the weekend for us. I'm going to play Taylor because I think Taylor against his former club, he knows the pitch inside out. It'd be a stabbing point. Oyer's the only regular starter that actually looks like he's up for it. And then Beaton's not a centre back, but we'll have to play there because we have no resources. And then Welch actually wants to play football, wants to play and earn a contract and actually be a part of a Celtic team that could perhaps win a trophy next season. We'll have to see. Not this season anyway. Midfield, Callum McGregor. Gonna go with Sorrow. Gonna go with Tom Rogic, Turnbull, and Moy. Then up front, I'm gonna go with Yeti. No Griff, no Edward. I think Edward, he just never plays well at Rugby Park. He's always like a lost soul. I think it's time. I think it's time for the Yeti to actually get a chance. You might as well pack the midfield out. Bring Rogic in. Rogic has scored many times at Rugby Park. Rogic actually was all right the other day when he came on. He tried. He actually tried. Christie, no, I wouldn't play Christie. I'm actually starting to despise Christie at this rate now.
I don't know what it is with Christie. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's played internationally and he's also played for Celtic as well. So he's played international games and then he's going straight into the Celtic team. But he's had a couple of shit games. I don't know. Maybe it's a confidence issue.
Is he good enough to be in the Scotland squad for the Euro so far? The way he's played this season?
No,
I wouldn't say so. I didn't even think he played that good for Scotland either, to be honest.
Like Jack Ross is a better player than Ryan Christie this season. Not Jack Ross. What's his name? Something Ross. Something Ross, not Jack Ross. What's his name? Something Ross. Off Rangers, Jack Ross. But Jack Ross has got more results than fucking Ryan Christie anyway. I'll tell you one thing.
Who'd they call him? Ryan Ross, was it?
Ryan Jack, is it? Ryan Jack? Ryan Jack. Jesus Christ. Folks, I'm at... Oh, fucking hell. That's going all over. That's going all over bleeding YouTube and all over TikTok. But people know what I mean.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Yeah, but Ryan Jack would be actually do better than Christie this season,
Yeah, I mean, Griff was saying 2 weeks ago, obviously I want to run the game so I can get in the Scotland squad. He's still got plenty of time to show that, obviously, and the game's coming up. But at the moment, his his words don't match his ability at the moment in the pitch, but he's probably going through the same thing that most of the teams going through. It's a confidence issue.
Well, I think Lee Griffiths has three tasks to work on if he wants to get that Scotland squad. Is his mentality, that he wants to play and score, and the third thing, which is the biggest thing that we're all talking about this season, is his fitness. What's the point? What's the point bringing a player for what that's only in the last 50, 59 minutes, 62 minutes perhaps?
Yeah, I would say that 3/4 of that Celtic team's not fit at the moment because they allowed they basically allowed St Mirren to high press them, and they just didn't have anything apart from play at the back, and they were just uncreative. There was no overlapping, and they were just no fast enough. I mean, I felt like we were playing a European game at the weekend because we were that slow. So we're just out of ideas, especially long ball.
No plan A. People were saying the other night in my stream, no plan A. You never mind plan B. There's a plan Jack Ross there. You know, Jack Ross is my plan now, as you're saying.
So we've got incoming transfer news out of Aberdeen. Florian Canberry on his way to Aberdeen. And also St Johnstone striker Callum Hendry to Aberdeen.
Derek McInnes needs to get his shit. Aberdeen are going for second spot because we're crumbling at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of teams can tell that, and they're just going to take advantage of it. But the thing is, like, for centre back, I would take Constantine at the minute, for God's sake. Because he is a good player. Constantine. He's played for Aberdeen over 300 times, so I mean, you would want somebody with a bit of experience, but I mean, we've just got to get a couple of signings, and hopefully we do get a couple more signings than we have done tonight. There's still plenty of time left, but I just can't see anything at the minute.
Right, here's what I'm going to talk to you about. Right, I know I have to bring it up anyway, but Bolly's back at the end of the season.
Bolly's already back.
Is he already back?
So he's out injured for the rest of the season, but he's
I know he got.
So he's back at Lennoxtown all that already.
Oh, for Jesus Christ! Holy Jesus!
Yep.
He's going to give the whole team COVID, man.
He's probably going to ask them to go to Spain for a couple of days with him.
No, he went to meet some lassie in Spain for a couple of days and then came back again. I'm like, you stupid idiot.
So see, what I heard was he took the bird with him. So he did.
Right.
He took the bird with him.
Did you see his Gucci suitcase and all? He had Louis Vuitton suitcase, was there? Gucci or something he had.
He's a pleb, man. I can't stand it, man.
Like,
I got like really angry. See, when Celtic were knocked out obviously we're knocked out the Champions League at the time, right? The team he was playing with, like he posts a Instagram story saying Champions League football. I'm like, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah, I think we should just literally terminate his contract, get rid of him. But like Celtic should have done that with Neil Lennon. There was talks today. Well, I was seeing on a couple of podcasts. 400 grand the boy cost.
I thought it was 500 grand.
400 grand for the boy. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, a lot of people will be like, "Well, that's our season ticket money you're taking the piss with." You know, I mean, you don't know where his funds come from. I mean, they could be from sellings for players, but it's more likely merchandise and season ticket money. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here.
Definitely. Right, Connor. Will Kenny play tomorrow? This Jonjoe boy.
I see him coming on as a sub. If he signs tonight and he's fit for tomorrow, he will go on as a sub.
I'll say it's going to be weird because Do you know what? Usually, when you get these press conferences, like when they come in January, they're like, "Oh, I want to play for Celtic. I came here to win silverware." You're not going to win nothing this season, mate.
The most you win Scottish Cup, and even at that, I think it's
Scottish Cup is going to be postponed. It's going to be postponed. There's too many amateur teams in it for testing and stuff like that.
It's just we're bringing in people that are unknown. That's a sad part of it.
Well, this guy won't say unknown. He's England. Played from England 21, 23. He's played in the Bundesliga, played in the Premier League. 4 appearances for Everton this season. Look, we're not gonna get a Marquis, so we're not gonna get like a bleeding Marcelo or something or a Sergio Ramos. It's not gonna happen. So we take what we get. I'm just a bit embarrassed by the club that we didn't actually go out and get permanent deals in this window.
See, Davis. Obviously, Davis has now been announced as a Liverpool player. We should have went for Davis when we had the chance, and it should have been a deal. It shouldn't have been no pre-contract. You should have went in. You've got 6 months left. Here's fucking 3 million. Come to us now, and we didn't do it. And we've now lost it with Liverpool. And on the topic of Liverpool,
to be honest with you, I think he made a great decision to go there. To be honest,
it has. But I've just seen on social media there, one of our 19-year-olds, who's a keeper, who's got potential talent, is just joined Liverpool as well at their youth academy, and somebody's quoted Lennon's ruining.
Is this the Italian lad? Is it? Is it an Italian name?
I don't know. I've just seen he's a 19-year-old that we had, who was in our youth team, and he went and signed for Liverpool. And people
remember that youth lad that went to Bayern Munich as well. Like our youth are getting literally like what you expect the four low 18s thing. Like I'm not surprised that these lads want to move on. As we've said about Karamoko, I wouldn't be surprised he moves on. I can't see him being even in that squad tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think Karamoko's too happy about it, and rightly so. I mean, his mates are getting put in furlough. I'm not sure what kind of contract he's on, if he's a prospect contract where he might get maybe put on part-time furlough, I don't know. I mean, because he plays for the first team, I know. So
Karamoko and Okoflex are now first team signed. So they have now signed with the first team, so they won't get furloughed.
Right.
Okoflex obviously missed a sitter against Hibs, but he needs a bit of time. He needs a bit of time to gel. I know he's been at the club for 2.5 years, but we need to get a bit of a chance for Okoflex. It's just going to be scary what we're expecting next season, how the team's going to line out. Bruni's going to probably play tomorrow, by the way, even though we didn't put him in my starting lineup. Neil Lennon said in his press conference today that he's in contention. So,
well, I mean,
on you go, Liam.
Well, I mean, if he does play, then at least we've got some leadership in the park. He might not have the legs, but sometimes you don't need that for Scott Brown. Sometimes you just need him to make a couple of good challenges to show midfielders that he's there, and then they'll basically shite themselves him for the rest of the game. So that's kind of what you need. You need an enforcer on the park sometimes. So, I mean, they'd be good. They're
saying in the comments here that Ben Davies is going to be loaned out to Rangers next season because of the Liverpool connection. Would not be surprised.
Maybe. I mean, he's not put down as a potential Celtic player anymore, so I couldn't really care where he goes.
Exactly. All knows. The 76 people that are watching tonight, it would mean a lot if you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, just give it a little subscribe. We're going for 5,000, as I said. Big news when I hit the big 5. When you see you get a few of them in the comments below saying 55, what 55? Usual business. Yeah, it's mad. I think Jeremy Frimpong is gone. Fair enough, we replaced him with a loan. We should have invested in that squad. We should have invested. Should have got someone in. I just think Lawwell's probably fed up. Probably like, you know what, I'm leaving at the end of the season. I'm not going every way to get someone in.
Yeah.
And it's down to the recruitment as well. The recruitment is not good enough. Lennon came out today and said that he had his eyes on this guy for a while. I think it's a lot of shite.
But then he said that about fucking Laxalt and all. Oh, I've been admiring him for years.
It's all young.
And then it was And Neil Lennon took the credit for signing Yeti, saying that he met up with Yeti and he's agent a couple of times to get him over the line. But Yeti's not playing much of the Albany Yeti.
Yeah, it's just I mean, he does make talented players into duds. I mean, that's basically what he does from time to time, and it's a bit crap because it does ruin careers for young prospects who want to come play for Celtic.
All right, best January signing of the last 10 years.
Best January signing,
Griff.
I would go with Griffin. I would go with Griffin.
I seen your eyes lighting up a Marvin Compare emojis there. Big Marvin Compare. No,
and clap.
Obviously Chris Commons is in there.
Commons has ruined it for me. The whole since he became a pundit, he's ruined it for me. So I'm sticking with Griff.
Yeah, that's it. Griff with over 100 goals, some good goals in there, some great times. We will like it's. I find it funny though because when you say if I put up a video of someone scoring like a couple of years back, people are like, "Oh, they were the times." I'm like, "Jesus, when you've had one bad season, calm the fuck down." Like one bad season. I swear, if this was like 20 years ago, the way they're going on, like.
Yeah,
the thing is, Griff had issues when he first came. When Hibs put Hearts out and he was in the pub singing. As all three of us will remember what he was singing, but he redeemed himself. He came out, he apologised, and he's made up for his mistakes. Now he's had a few issues mentally over the last couple of years, and we all appreciate him still standing by the club. He could have easily went, "Look, I need time away from football," and walked. And he's not. He came back, fought for his place. It might not have been his season this year, but it's not been any of the Celtic team this season. Nobody's.
He's one more year left in his contract. After this summer, he's one more year left. Do you think? Do you think he'll stay or he'll
go? Daniel 95's just come out with Robbie Keane or Samaras. I was speaking about Robbie Keane earlier in the show.
What do you think? I say Jonjoe Samaras. He was a better impact. He actually won belts and a Scottish Cup.
The 2 goals he scored at Ibrox, I'll never forget that. Was amazing.
So I was at both Samaras scoring the 2 goals, and I was also at Robbie Keane signing at Celtic Park. I was there that night.
This is the thing. Look at the difference. Like, look at the difference nearly 10 years makes. You got people outside screaming Robbie Keane's name.
Keane doesn't know who Robbie Keane was.
And then you got like people ready to protest outside Celtic Park and lose their heads about season books. Like, look how football has changed.
I used to have a nickname for Samaras. I used to call him Giorgio, my boss Samaras. No, it's because he would always hog the ball all the time. We'd never pass a thing.
He always knocked the ball about fucking 50 yards ahead of him. Like, I don't know what that was all about. Head down, big wavy hair. But like, look at that Boise goal against Aberdeen as well. Like, Samaras got some crucial goals for us in Europe.
Yeah, he did the no score against was it Spartak he scored against?
Yeah, and then he scored in Nou Camp twice as well. So that's something to have in your CV.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, well, one of his goals at Nou Camp, we were getting beat anyway, and when he scored, he wasn't even celebrating. He was just kicking the ball out of anger.
It was a feat. I think it was a FIFA score at that, right? That was on Ferabis was in goal. Oh Jesus, he was absolutely brutal. Dorius. Yeah, and let me see. I can't it was an absolute disaster of a window. We all had the feeling like we were calling it for it since like literally in December. Have a good one, So Shane Duffy or Chad Derry.
Oh, Cha. Big Cha every day.
Cha every day long, man. Big Cha. He's still a Celtic man.
I think I even think El Cadore was more productive than Shane Duffy this season.
El Cadore.
At least El Cadore scored against the Huns.
That's the name for the past.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
who was the other Chinese boy that we brought that played like a whole 10 minutes?
Zhang.
Whatever happened to him?
Zhang.
He scored against Falkirk and everybody was gone mental, man.
I didn't he done nothing. He just disappeared.
It was a set piece. He scored against Falkirk and everybody was peer praising him, and then he just disappeared.
He gets sent back with the coronavirus. He's brought that back to say it and be like, get it up, you bastards.
Camp New Camp, whatever the way I pronounce it. It's the Dublin accent.
It's either Camp New or the New Camp. It was.
There's the right way.
No, that was Mizuno. Cookie Mizuno, man.
Cookie Mizuno.
I think literally Tony Mowbray was on Wish and just getting all these random players, Asian imports.
It was on Ultimate Team hitting random. Dude, looking at random FIFA players who had good stats. Who can we compare to Nakamura?
I think that was it, because Celtic, after that Nakamura was a hero, right, to all of the Japanese fans. So I think Celtic were just trying to get players from Asia in, because they wanted to keep that reputation going. Because they wanted Celtic to be
They wanted to keep the Japanese version on Celtic.net. That's what it was. That was more viewed than the English version.
But Nakamura, he was the best signing we had from Asia, man, without a doubt.
100%. Nakamura was just a different level. And he's goal, that free kick against Man United, even the free kick in Rugby Park. Like, he scored a couple of free kicks in Rugby Park, but the title clincher was unreal.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
No, he loves scoring at Rugby Park.
Sure, when he scored a hat-trick against Dundee United away, unbelievable.
Yeah, he had that. He had everything, man. He was just a hero, man.
It's too bad we didn't. We should have kept on to him. But he went to Espanyol. He did. That's where he went.
Nakamura into buses these days. Have you seen that video?
I've seen it, man. It's brilliant. See,
Nakamura and the cakes, the wedding cakes and the bus, is it?
As a wedding cake, so no, he does free kicks. All right. I've not seen that one. I've seen the buses, but I've not seen That's quite a good trick, man.
By the way, if you go there, Nakamura don't take free kicks for you.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of the J League that's still playing. He's 54 years of age. I can see Nakamura lasting up to then.
Nakamura, he'll retire in about 5 years. We'll get him back. He's coming to Celtic for his final year.
I would love him back, man.
That's it.
I would love him back.
Still goes to Rugby Park just for one game to score a free kick.
That's it. Well, I'm predicting the score tomorrow. I'm going to fancy 1-0 Celtic.
Liam?
I know it's hard.
Yes. I'm going to basically say 2-1 because I can't see us getting a clean sheet.
2-1. And what we don't say, if you think it's going to be the defeat, it's going to be the defeat. You think? Like, look at.
I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be one each.
One each. Patrick Killie.
Polish Paddy to score, and it'll be a draw. Because
Polish Paddy with a 3-yard tapping.
Okay, I know this sounds embarrassing, but look, we need these 3 points, because if you don't get these 3 points and Aberdeen and Hibs keep winning, we're gonna literally be struggling to get second place at this rate.
Lucky. Hibs are playing St Mirren. So they might do us a favour on Wednesday night. I do have one question for you. In Cham, we're waiting for the news. That's what we're waiting on. In the next couple of hours, it's going to break. And Cham
4.5 million he's meant to be going at the end of the season. That's a bleeding weight. Like, we should have got more of them.
It's mad.
Well,
I'm
I
glad
did
he's
say,
back in France. Like, I seen that happen. I called it. But I didn't think Marseille. I did not think Marseille at all.
well, we were speaking before we went on the show, and I did say that we'd be lucky to get 5 million for him. So if he's going for 4.5 million, then it's all right, you know what I mean? Because that's only 500,000 gap for what I said. So
What's your thought on JD?
JD.
With JD Sports?
would it win the league?
They got a lot of money on the start of the season, and then if we won the league, we would have got a bonus. Well, okay, we didn't win the league, so
On the JD,
I don't. Yeah, I think we need a leading JD after this season. I swear to God, whole barrel of JD. That's it.
I think we need MD.
Let's see.
What a mad
Let's
dog.
see.
Down our throats.
For Asher, you don't
400K.
get them all the time. 400k. Talking about the boy. But we'll have to see. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it there, folks. But it was great to have you all on, and subscribe to the channel.
yeah, thanks everybody for watching.